talk to you briefly about winning in life and the mindset that's necessary to win in life. And the reason why I think it's so important, guys, um, is that you never know where life is going to take you. One moment. So, when it comes to winning in life, I would argue that everyone wants to win. Everyone who has gained experience in life knows what it's like to lose, what it's like to come up short, not to have things go in your favor. And if you're like me, you're in a position where you have looked to your left and looked to your right and realized that, okay, the only way to go is forward. You can't go back, right? We don't have a time machine. Oftentimes, to get into a circular logic where when something goes wrong, we experience a trauma. It's easy to think, man, if I was just 5 years younger, or if I wouldn't have made that mistake, I would be, or we judge others. We judge others and we look at others and we say sometimes we say negative things about other people. Oh, they only got to where they are because they had help. Or this person, they're not all that. They had help. Um, we can judge our family members. We can be really harsh towards the people that we grew up with. And we judge our family members harder than anyone, right? And the only person that I would say that usually us as humans we judge harder than the people that we have the longest history with is ourselves. We judge ourselves. Guys, if you want to win in life, and winning in life is relative, you have to decide what that means for you. Another person cannot give you the reality of what winning looks like. Now, we live in a time on social media, and I'm a victim of this too. We have a million different personalities telling us this, telling us that. Our favorite social media personalities, book writers, authors, engineers, doctors, entertainers. The list goes on, athletes, motivational speakers. And I realized around the age of 25 that it's really up to me to decide what winning in life looks like. It's not up to my mom, it's not up to my dad, it's not up to my older brother or sister. Um, it's, it's up to the individual. You have to decide what winning in life looks like for you. Now, I think that ultimately winning in life overall would have to deal with producing justice. Now, whether that justice is for you as an individual or whether you're able to produce justice for your wife or your husband or your child, or you're able to make the world a better place for the next generation, that depends on how big your calling really is, right? Recently, guys, I had an epiphany about investing, emergency funds, finances, and I've been around the finance industry for a few years now, and I learned a lot. I covered my income with insurance before. I invest in myself through education and things, and I reached a point where I decided I say, what would winning in life look like for me, Brian? Guys, winning in life for me would be producing justice for myself first and foremost. getting myself in a position to where I'm able to successfully help others. If I'm not in a position to where I can help myself, then I definitely can't help anyone else. Having a year or maybe even 2 years of expenses saved. In fact, I will go ahead and say 2 years of expenses saved. Not being dependent on a job, but working because I actually want to work, not because I need to work. And there's a difference. So having my finances in order is a big one for me of winning in life. Okay, hitting my financial goals. Then two, it would be finishing some of my creative works. I find that in this generation, we're so bent upon making money that a lot of people that's creatives, we're unable to create, whether it's writing, music, or even if it's just a personal creative project. You probably can't work on it or spend as much time on it. Why? Because you have bills, right? So winning in life to me really is about independence. That's what I'm getting at. Now, for someone else, it may be something totally different. But for me, it's about having freedom, independence, being liberated, being able to go wherever I want to go, being able to wake up and say, hey, I just want to have a cup of coffee and go for a run, come back to my crib, my house, and just relax. Next week, I want to fly to another country and spend 2 weeks out there. And I had to realize that everything that you want to do in life is actually doable. You just have to create baby steps in order to get there. So if you're going through something in life, guys, where you're struggling, um, you don't exactly know where you want to be a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, 5 years from now, even 20 years from now. I think is good to be able to just meditate, to sit with your thoughts, to listen to your thoughts, to get yourself in a position where you're able to dictate exactly what you want and how you want it to be. You don't want to be in a position where you're not in control of your own destiny. And I believe that the system overall is designed to deprive you of sleep, deprive you of resources, to deprive you of the proper tools in order to liberate oneself in this environment. And it's so easy for us to blame others because we feel trapped. It's easy to blame your parents. It's easy to blame your race or ethnicity or the country that you're from. It's so easy to point blame. And I would say that it would possibly be some truth to that because not perfect. Our community is not perfect. No human is perfect. So regardless of what uh racial category you're placed in, is never going to be perfect. But also in that, I admire my parents for trying to produce justice for me. When I think about things that my dad told me, things that my mom told me, wanting me to grow and develop in a proper way. Now that I am a little bit older, I could look back at those things and say, oh, okay, they were actually giving me good information. And that's another thing, guys. When you get good information, hold on to it. If someone tells you something constructive, hold on to it. When life gets hard and is beating you up, you got to dig deep sometimes and you got to be able to look for your North Star. And to me, your North Star is going to be the reason why you are here, your purpose driven. And I would say, in order to get your purpose in order, you have to have your finances in order because we live in a capitalist world, right? So you have to get your finances in order. You can't live paycheck to paycheck. That's what the society wants you to be in, a situation where you're living paycheck to paycheck, a situation where you're not financially stable, you're not educated properly, you don't know the rules to the game. Guys, if you can learn the rules to the game, you can excel. And in order to learn the rules to the game, you have to ask questions. And I know a lot of times we don't want to ask questions because it makes us seem as though we're unintelligent or we are fearful that someone will judge us. Ask questions. Someone knows. Ask ask the internet. Whatever you want to do. It's so much that I learned in the last 5 years that I actually learned from asking questions, learning how to get a passport. I didn't even, when I first started, now that I've been to several countries, a person might look at me and like, man, you've been to Cuba, St. Lucia, Jamaica, Colombia, Puerto Rico, even though it's a territory of the US. Man, you've been to all of these different places by yourself. Who taught you that? Did your parents teach you that? Nah, my parents didn't teach me how to travel overseas. I learned that from being in the world. Man, you didn't travel to all of these different states. Who taught you that? Man, I had teachers, I had mentors, but ultimately I got that out off the block, as we would say. Like I learned that from just being in the world, living. It's so much that you can learn, guys. And I'm the type of person, I like being outside. Not saying like outside, like just in nature, but in the community, in the city, communicating with people, learning things, experiencing things, and that's how you grow. And for as if you ever feel yourself feeling down, feeling out, think about how far you have come, how far you have come. And also, when you feel yourself getting a little too proud, think about how far you still have to go. That's been my message today, guys. I gotta go. This has been titled Winning in Life. Whatever your goal is, whatever you're focused on, I hope that you reach it. You need to have proper sleep, proper nutrition, right? The insecurity, guys. You need to be in a situation where you can actually shape your thoughts, time to think. And changing your thinking doesn't happen overnight, guys. It's not automatic, but it's worth the investment. And if you could put your mind to it, you can do it. And don't worry about what others say. If someone say that you can't do it or it didn't work for them, everyone's different. You have to know why you're here. I'm clear on why I'm here. Are you clear on why you are here? I'm clear on what my purpose is. I know what winning would look like for me. Do you know what winning looks like for you? Okay? And never be afraid, guys, to hang in there when the going gets tough, because it doesn't matter about how good of a motivational speaker you listen to. It doesn't matter all of these things. We all reach points where we have to fight that little voice in our head that's telling us, "Oh, just throw in the towel. You can't do this," or a problem arise. "Oh man, see, this problem is here." Guys, you have to think through it, make a plan, and follow through. And I always tell my son this, and I'm gonna end the video with this statement. When I get my son ready for school, I always tell him, I say, "Hey son, I love you. You could do anything that you put your mind to. And if somebody tells you something mean or something ugly, don't believe them. Okay? The only thing that matters is what you tell yourself. Okay?" And that's what I'm going to tell you guys. Listen, if someone tells you something mean, calls you a bad name, tells you something that hurts your feelings, we're human. But listen, if it don't apply, let it fly. And if it does apply, take what you could take from it, take the game from it, receive it, and move in a direction to where you can improve and find out your reason why you're here. Be clear on why you're here, okay? Because I'm clear on why I'm here.